Hello, family. I just came on right quick to talk to you a little bit about sexual immorality. Um, I'm not I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I just want to leave my opinions here on the face of the earth in case if anybody's ever interested. Um, and I like to talk about sexual immorality. As women, we all do feel we do feel sexual urges, and but if you don't have if you don't have that very special person to share that part of your life with, then I think that you should not share it. You may be a person who is highly sexed and you really enjoy sex a lot and you like to have sex, and you will have sex with a lot of different people, and that's not good. You can come up with many diseases other than just AIDS and other than herpes. You can come up with cancer. Um, it's just a lot of things that you're exposing yourself to. And you don't want every man out in the street knowing what you are about, under your clothes. So, when you're high and all that stuff, it may seem um, it may seem like you're liberated and you're about that fast life, but that's not what the fast life is about. That's not good. Um, how many times am I gonna say One thing that I really hate to see is a black woman letting a white man go to bed with her, because I know that most white men think that black women are hypersexual and need sex and don't have morals anyway and are to be used for sex. And if you really knew your history and you really felt it and you really loved your ancestors, you would not have sex with white men, because there has been a time in history where we were forced to have sex with them. And I, honest to God, believe my DNA has memory of that, because it repulses me. The idea of the things that they did to us during slavery, and that goes for both white men and white women, because of when they got when they had slaves, some of those young girls were looking good to the massa. Well, a lot of them probably were, and so they had their pick and choose of them. As a matter of fact, it's going to be in the paper. It's going to be in the NBA Journal what the Bible says about slaves, your white men slave women, or whoever is the slave massa. So um, that is something that I feel. I feel that going to bed with a white man, you're dishonoring your ancestors. There has been a time when white men had slave women who turned them on, and they were picking and choosing who they would go to bed with. And when their white wife would find out about it, and the lady, our ancestors would become pregnant, those white women would abuse those children and beat them until they die. And laws started erecting, saying that you could beat them, but not to death. If you cut off their foot, be sure to fit them with a new foot. And you may not know your history, but I bet you the white men you go to bed with do. And until you learn your history, you should not be going to bed with white men. And because it's really honestly sad. And if you're a dark woman and you're ashamed of being dark, then you don't know who you are. Melanin is powerful. A lot of white people know how powerful melanin is, and they want it. We are the original people. We're the first people that God ever placed in this earth. And we have everything we need. And there's power in melanin. And there's a book about women's melanin that I'm going to buy, and I'm going to make sure that everybody knows about. But the darker you are, the more power you have. And we were dragged away from our own spirituality and taught Christianity, and we don't know the power that we had. We were forced to forget until we finally actually did forget after all these generations. And Christianity is something that was taught to your great-grandmothers, 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 all the way back to when it was taught to them, they weren't even able to read. As a matter of fact, there was a time that nobody was allowed to read the Bible anyway. So I guess the massa must have told them things such as, slaves, obey your master. That's in the Bible. Work for your boss as if working unto God. I used to go by that. I used to go to work and work. I say, okay, this is not for my boss, it's for God. There's so many verses in the Bible about slavery. And you really need to learn who you are before allowing some white man to enjoy your body. The white man looks at a black woman as if she is a wanton whore. And they will use you. The idea that you have to give a white guy some money and take him and his children places, and then he even piles on other people's children and have you pay for that. Oh man. If I were to go with a white guy, even at this old age of 65 years old, I would not be giving him money. He would be giving me money. If any money is to be exchanged, it would be coming from him, not me. Not saying to be a whore, but God dog, you got to give him your money and pay him too. Anyway, we just need to guard our energy, and you need not to be going to bed with anybody. It's very nice when you get a job and you're supporting yourself, and those drugs will make your mind messed up. And it's a lot of things that affects your mind. So, even things you eat, and you got to be careful of things you think. Things that you think that bring you pleasure, your mind will actually reform itself so that it can be supportive of you getting this pleasure all the time. And when the dopamine drops pleasure down into your system, and then that pleasure is over with, it doesn't suck back up. It's just there. And I think that's how habits are formed. But anyway, I've got to learn how to express myself a little better. But I just got on to say, don't have sex with a bunch of randoms. Don't have sex with a bunch of dusty old guys who don't even give a damn if you eat. You know, young girls that's just getting an apartment, and then you got your mom doing all she can for you to make sure you have food, but yet you're telling this dusty old dude who may have bought you over a pickle and saying, oh, he makes sure I eat. Girl, please. Y'all don't even know what a good man is. I did. And that could be, I don't know if it could be, I'm going over my time. I don't know if that could be because I had a good father or what. But I know a good man when I see one. And I know what a man is supposed to do for a woman. A man is supposed to go out of his way for his woman. If he care anything about you, he's supposed to go out of his way for you. Much, much out of his way. A lot out of his way. Um, you don't even give him sex until he proves that he is for you. And you know, society dictates who looks good and who doesn't. So you don't go according to society. You go according to your mirror. You look in the mirror and you say, I look good. And you because you look good to somebody, and just enhance who you are, enhance what you have. Because I think that when you're dark and skinny and cute, I think you're just the cutest thing out. I think you are cute as a button. And when you think you're cute, others will think you're cute. People take you at your word. When you think you something, others will think you something. So go ahead, think you something, girl. Go ahead and think you something. Don't be letting them men use you. Don't be letting them men say, well, you ain't shit no way. You know, you fucked up anyway. You on drugs. You took some drugs. You ain't shit but a crack whore. You know, and all of that kind of stuff. Don't let that happen to you. Because you're special. You are very special. Black women are some special species. And the world has told us a lie. I wouldn't be surprised to find out God is a black woman, to tell you the truth. Anyway, you're special. And you got to treat yourself like that. You got to fall in love with yourself before you fall in love with anybody. Fall in love with you. Find out what the best things are that you should be doing for yourself and get about it, baby. Get about it. Get to doing it. If it's good for you to ride bikes and get your exercise and get some fresh air in your mind, get it and be about it. If it's good for you to eat good food for your system, be about it. Get to eating it. If it's good for you to go to bed early at night and wake up early, do that. And don't let no niggas in your house. And when people come in your house, they can't come in your house and be going all over your house. You go in people's house and sit the hell down. You sit down. You don't go all through the house. And, you know, when you lived at home with your mother, you knew that. And you would check people for that. And then don't wait until you get an apartment and then let people just run all over you. If you don't have no respect for yourself, imagine your mother is there. Because you respect her. Don't let nobody be coming in your house looking all in your bedrooms and stuff. Sit your ass down. What'd you come by for? What's up? Matter of fact, me, myself, I don't let nobody come over no way unless I'm expecting you. But then, too, I live in Detroit. But if I was in Muskegon, you don't come over my house unless you call first. Shoot, my house might be a mess. I'm not no Holly homemaker. I write. I do other stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this short. I love you. Take care.